Have you ever been in a situationship?
Oh yes, I have.
How recently were you in a situationship?
I've been in situationships before I got married.
How do you think people get into situationships?
The phobia for commitment. You don't want to commit. You don't want to define what the relationship is. You don't want to take responsibility. So you're just like, let's just be shagoing. These people are funny. Did you read the comments? Okay, the good part is they loved the last episode.
Some people, and then
everyone loved it. But
no, not everyone
but
loved
people
it.
had things to say.
Yeah,
but we don't care, do we?
My dear, please. Yeah, we're doing the Lord's work. We're actually doing the Lord's work. Yeah.
What's today's topic?
Situationships. Situationships. When did that even become a word? I think I remember it.
What is situationship? What is a situationship?
A situationship is we're not dating, like we're not in a relationship, but we're good.
We're sleeping with each other.
Yeah.
But
maybe
we're not in a relationship. So is that like friends with benefits?
He has a girlfriend, or she has a boyfriend in London. So it's not clear. Like, it's not clear cut that we are together. I think that's what situationship
It's not defined.
It's not defined.
A relationship that isn't defined.
Yeah, or a complicated relationship. Because it may be a relationship that is defined, like I really like you, we're dating, but my mom says I have to marry her chairman's daughter. I think that can be a situation.
No, I think a situationship is... Do you know what? I'll just Google it. Okay. What's a situationship?
Yeah, but I just think it's a complicated relationship. It's not a proper relationship. What does use like
a
urban
situationship
dictionary?
Is a romantic relationship where there is a lack of clarity or label, meaning the level of commitment is unclear.
On either side.
Yes.
So that is one definition, but that's fine.
And the individuals involved are not sure what their relationship status is. Often characterized by casual interactions, spending time together, possibly physical intimacy without a defined commitment level.
Have you ever been in a situationship?
Oh yes, I have.
How recently were you in a situationship?
I've been in situationships before I got married.
Better be. Shit. Sorry, I thought you would jabber and say last week.
Why?
Why? That was a joke. Hey, that was a joke.
I didn't find that funny.
Drink water, please.
Okay.
My Lord. No.
All right.
But I think entanglements, I don't know. It's dicey. You know how they say matters of the heart. You don't know. You don't choose who you fall in love with. Do you believe that you don't choose who you fall in love with? Because people be falling in love with all sorts of people who are not ready to be loved and to be in love. And I think that's how people get into situationships, or one of the ways anyway.
I mean, if you ask me, my answers are always interesting when it comes to like the subject of love, because I really do believe that people should just love people. I mean, we're love beings, so let us love as love is and should be defined. Being committed to people now, or being attracted to people romantically or physically attracted to people, that's a different question entirely. But to love, I really believe that we can live a love life and just generally just love everyone.
No, babe. When you start talking like this, like it's all this I don't want to say Mongo Park, all this like poets and all these things. That's how you sound sometimes.
What, I'm romanticizing it?
Yes, actually, I think that is what it is. You romanticize a lot of things. Okay. Yeah. Because right now, sorry.
No, I'm not offended.
Right now,
it's your opinion.
Yeah,
I respect
we're talking
it.
about situationships. I want to know what you think about situationships. How do people get into situationships? You say we love.
No, I was saying that.
Sorry.
no offense taken. So I was saying that. So
How do people get into? How do you think people get into situationships?
just the phobia for commitment. You don't want to commit. You don't want to define what the relationship is. You don't want to take responsibility. So you're just like, let's just be shagoing. Let's just be doing. Let's just have what we
But
have.
I think the younger generation now is averse to
Labels.
labels.
And tags.
Exactly. It's like we're freestyling through life. We're freestyling through this time of our life.
Yeah, but I think
And we're
principally
cool
that
with it.
stems from a fear of responsibility. No one wants to take responsibility. No one wants to be mature about what you're doing. I think you reach a certain age where you have to know what you're doing. You have to define it. Like, where's this going? And I think because a lot of ladies reach maturity earlier than men earlier than guys of the same age. That question always comes from ladies. So what are we
What
now?
are we? Hey, I asked that question. Taya.
What are we doing?
So what are we? What are we
So what are we
doing?
doing? And then that's the cue for the guy to be like,
We're not doing anything.
we are eating.
We
are talking.
We're watching a movie. Yeah. But is it? I mean, at what age do you start being averse to? Do you leave younger people to just continue with their situationships and be like, you figure it out over time, or is it something that you think we should be very intentional about talking about, like we're doing now? Like, don't get yourself into situationships, because that's where heartbreak stems from. That's where trauma stems from. That's where the mindset that you will take into your husband's house probably stems from, and then you perpetuate that in your children because one guy who you had no business falling in love with broke your heart. Yeah, I think it's a good time to talk about it actually at all ages. Yeah. So how do we prevent situationships?
So I'll say that I wish I knew what I know now earlier, because I would have avoided a lot of heartbreaks. I would have just avoided a lot of time wasting ventures. I think. But I think people mature with time also, and then
with
clarity
experience.
comes with time and experience.
Yes.
I that when I was living in South Africa, I was just balling. I was just doing anyhow.
Do you remember what happened when I went to Durban?
What happened?
When I came to Joburg City, and I quickly went to Durban for that festival.
What happened?
Continue.
Tell me now.
Continue.
Were we in a relationship? Did we define it?
You see?
I'm asking you a question. No, but I'm asking a question.
Absolutely.
We were in a relationship.
It was very defined. There's
defined?
no way I'd have been flying from Nigeria to Joburg to see you if it was not. Well, there are ways.
Exactly.
Because I do like to get on a plane.
Exactly.
But yes, it was defined. It was defined. But I get what you're saying about your...
Yeah. So I in South Africa, I had a lot of situationships because I didn't want anything defined. I was in South Africa. In my mind, I was in South Africa for a limited time. I didn't want to be serious with anyone. I didn't want to lead anyone on.
I hope your friends are fine with what you're saying.
I didn't want to lie to anyone.
Yeah.
But at some point, I knew that I was
over it.
I was over it. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and would crave.
And then what happened?
I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would just crave to be
in a meaningful,
stable relationship. So I was craving it. Unbeknownst to me, it felt like, unbeknownst to me, the workings in my mind were towards settling down, towards marriage. So I actively was aware of the fact that I wanted to settle. I needed to settle. I was done with this life.
You shifted from that mindset of I'm cool, I can be with anybody.
Yes, I wanted to be responsible. I wanted to take responsibility.
Yes.
I wanted. That was why at the time, if my goal was to settle.
I remember.
So that's why when we spoke, first thing I said to you was,
it was so weird.
I want to get married.
But guess what? That's a line I think guys use.
What?
I want to get married. Because I think it hooks the girl. The girl is already like, la la la, mutiroko, this is my husband. right? And for some of them, they're not ready. They're just saying that because they think that's what women want to hear. But I'm
Right.
glad it turned out differently with us. But it's not a line, just in case. I mean, just be led when you are when you are using the line, and be led when you are hearing the line as well.
So does situationships favor guys more than it favors girls? Who does which of the sexes does situationship favor
Um,
more?
uh, I don't know. Things are different now. Hey,
Exactly,
things are
because
different now.
I
It
used
can
to
be
think
both
you'd favor the
sides.
guys, but now even ladies are
Now,
like, I'm fine. Like,
my dear, everyone is doing their own thing. Everyone is just doing their own thing, really. And I think being in just weird, undefined relationships also helps people find themselves. Sometimes it's like, you know what, I'm not going to commit to you 100%.
right,
Let's see where this goes.
right.
And over time, no, I don't really like you. And I'm glad we're not really dating. I don't want to see you or talk to you. I don't want to be in this
So
anymore.
do you think talking stage is a situationship?
Hmm.
Because people
Because
be
people
like,
talk
we're
to,
just
yes, we're
talking.
just
Yeah, we're just talking.
talking. We're
I'm
just
like, is that
talking.
your boyfriend?
We're just
No, we're just talking.
talking.
What does we're
Yeah.
just talking mean?
It means we're just talking. It means what we're still seeing
Are we
if we
going on
want to be.
dates?
Yeah, we're going out. Where are we talking? Where are we going to be talking?
Over the phone.
No, let's see sometimes. Let's see from time
So
to
we're
time.
dating.
Mm, we're
We're going on. Okay,
talking.
so going on dates isn't dating.
My dear, at this point, and how many talks do you need to know? Those are the questions.
Right.
Those are the questions, because I'm not even trying to act like I have all the answers. Um, yeah, yeah.
So why do you think situationships are common today?
Are they common?
I think they're very common. I think what we have now are, friends with benefits, shark buddies. There are lots of these things.
Sometimes I think I live in a bubble, first of all. But I don't know how this is going to sound, but I'm talking to a lot more younger people now. I have a favorite Gen Z, by the way. You know my favorite Gen Z? Popo.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that's
sweet.
what. Yeah, I love her. I love her.
Ossie is
She's
so
my favorite
sweet.
Gen Z. So she keeps me in the loop. I understand things. Yeah, from that
So
generation.
why do you think it's
But
common?
I think some of them saw what their parents went through and decided they didn't want to go through that. Some of them probably saw mothers who were just submissive to a man. Let me finish now, please.
Okay.
Submissive to a man who did not, in their opinion, deserve the submission. Please, I beg, wait. When I'm talking about submission now,
Submit to me.
Daniel, what's going on?
I'm in my Lord phase. Well, carry on. Tell me.
What is
But
going
just keep
on?
speaking.
I need to get a drink, actually. Excuse me. One
Really?
second.
Or you just want to get
No,
rid
I
of
actually
my
need to get a
feet?
drink. But I
Okay.
think they saw their moms just, I don't know, just submit to somebody who did not deserve the submission. And they're like, nope, that won't be me. I'm going to have fun till I'm ready. Yeah, that's what I think. What do
Yeah.
you think?
To be honest, I think we are in a generation or we are in the times where, when, is it where or when?
Both work.
Yeah, well, we're in the days when people really don't want to take responsibility. Everyone wants the shortcut
But who
to
is benefiting more
everything.
from that?
And I'll tell you, I'll tell you, and it shows in other areas. It's not just in relationships. It just shows in other areas. There are people who want to get rich without working. There are people who want to pass exams without studying. There are people just want to bypass the process. Right? No one wants to follow due
There is no
process
conversation
anymore.
we've had that process does not come up. Mr.
You know
Process,
I'm crazy about
I'm
process,
not
right?
crazy in Jesus' name. My husband is not crazy in the name of Jesus. You like process.
Okay. So this is why I'm saying this, right? So we have young people today who want the good things that come with a relationship
But
without doing the work, without putting in the work, without the sweat, without the responsibility, without all those hard things that come with without dedication, without commitment,
I hear you.
without accountability. They just want
I
to
hear
chuck
you.
out all those things, and they want people that they can snuggle up with, people that they can go to movies with, people that they can get money from when they want money, people that they can sleep with when they feel horny and stuff. But when it comes to doing the work, they want to run away from that.
They don't
That's why
want
I think
to. They don't
situationships
want
right now,
to. They don't want to buy the cow. They
right?
just want the milk.
What's that expression?
Something about buying the cow.
It's
Is that
very strange to me.
there's something about cow anyway?
Oh,
You've never
really?
heard. You've never heard
Something
of
about
it.
cows? No, I
It's
haven't.
something about cows.
Yeah.
Something about why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I still think there's some. I think there might be some trauma. I think there might be. There's a hint of rebellion.
Right.
There's a hint of rebellion in it. Like, see, we're fine. But again, it now leads to I'm fine until I'm not fine. Like now,
Exactly.
what are we?
Thank you. Because
But
somehow in
yeah,
situationships, someone ends up catching feelings
yes.
and wants more,
Ooh,
and then I'm speaking to
you're
you, right?
bringing back to just some
Tell me,
horrible.
tell me
Is it
about
not
this.
tell me? Why
Tell
you?
me.
Why
But I want to
you
know. I
like
want to
this?
know. Wait, just tell me.
You like
No,
this?
but tell me.
No,
Like,
no, no,
don't
no.
mention names. Just
No, but
like,
of course I won't mention names.
okay.
But just situationships. Like initially, I think I'm cool. I think I'm fine. I think I'm. Please, I don't have to like you. We're cool, right? And then I like you. Can we be more than friends? Can we? What are we?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And gosh, there's one that I remember so vividly. I was getting on a flight. I was in New York. I was getting on a flight to somewhere. And for some reason, I just had this weird thought. What if we don't make it? What if this flight does not? Who should I have told? Who will I regret not telling that I love the person? Do you understand? Who will I regret? Just devil is God punished them. Yeah. Anyway, I just had this thought like, I would regret not telling this person that I really like him. I would regret not telling. So I sent a message. I'm like, I'm about to board.
God, I beg.
Can you handle yourself?
I can.
Are you
No,
handle
big
it?
boy.
Is it a big Well, so I sent a message like, did I call?
Do you know what's funny? I've never heard this story before.
You've not heard
That's
transparent.
That's what's funny.
It has
Okay,
never
but
come
carry
up.
on.
It has
Okay,
never come
okay.
up. So I'm like, so we landed. We actually landed.
Mhm.
And then the person was like the first person I called. Like I was on this flight and I was just thinking, what will I regret not doing if I what is this expression on your face? I was just thinking, wait, does he can I ask this question? Does
Finish
it
your
get to you? Wait
story
first.
Finish your
This
story
22nd
first.
question. Does it get to you when I talk about like people?
No.
Really?
No.
Your face is saying otherwise.
No, my face is like,
How come I've not heard this story?
no, my face is like, what's wrong with you? Like if I was the guy and you were like suddenly texting me that I just wanted to text you before I die that I love you, I'll be like,
so no, but this one I actually I called when we landed and I'm like, I was getting on this flight and I was just thinking like, what would I regret if I don't what will I regret if I go this way and you understand what I'm trying to say, Sha? And then so I said that and it was almost like what you actually just said was almost like my dear. Yeah. It was an AER response. And I think so. I now had to ask.
Stay away from situationships, kids.
Can I say that kids?
Okay, go ahead.
I think I now had to ask, like, so what are we sort of thing? Why are you rolling your eyes?
So lame.
I don't care what you think right now. That's my experience. Thank you.
So I really think
anyway,
that
you said there was no chance, long and short.
Situationships are such a waste of time.
No, I think there are lessons there.
And this is why. Yeah, you can waste your time learning lessons. This is why. This is why I think so. I think you're investing into something that you have no plans for. It's like
by the way, you know the person.
Oh, really?
Mm.
God bless you. The Lord be with you.
You will still ask me. I know you.
So you take.
You.
Can I?
Wait, will you ask me or you will not ask me?
Can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish
You
what I'm
that I
saying?
know. Oh
Can I
yeah.
finish what I'm saying? So you take all these
energy,
time,
yourself, all
emotions, all of
your
that, and then you
gifts and
put
your
it into
talents.
something
Yeah.
that is going nowhere. I really think.
But initially, you don't know it's going nowhere.
No, but people get into things because they want it to be a situation.
Okay, true. There's that.
Yeah, they plan it to be a situation.
There's that.
So this is me, right? I'm thinking if you know where you're going to in life, you want to start to design.
You're talking to young kids. So is there an age? Is there an age to this situation? Can a 45-year-old man be in a situationship?
Yes. People are in situationships at every age. Like age is not a factor at all.
I think
it's just consciousness. People are just you're at a stage in life where you're not just ready for commitment and you just want to play around and mess around.
Maybe you just hit some money and you think this is the time to
spread
turn
your
up.
Wings.
So how do you say what are we without scaring people? And it's usually my gender that has to ask that question.
No, because women are so forward thinking and are so mature.
Oh,
actually, I give you guys credit. You know, yeah, because women are like they're what they call it. They brood and they nurture. So they want to already start nurturing this relationship. They want to start building or start preparing a home.
Yeah,
it's instinctive.
Yeah. But how do you ask what are we without scaring the guy away? So let's say there's a woman now watching. This is a probably young woman, not even young guy.
Let me tell you what I will respond. Ask me.
Hey, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
I was trying to call you earlier.
And?
I couldn't reach you. But are you okay?
I'm good.
Have you eaten?
Yes. What do you want to ask me? I feel like you're putting me on the spot here. I feel
no,
very
I just
nervous.
want to know, have you eaten?
I have.
Okay. What do you eat?
Please get to the point.
No, you will not say that. That's not acceptable. And so, no, okay, so, but what are we? Daniel, we've been talking for...
We are nothing but pencils in the hands of the creator. But shout out to my guy, Effa. He has a single called We Are Nothing But Pencils. Shout out, Effa. We are nothing but pencils.
I love Effa.
We're nothing but pencils in the hands of the creator, but no jokes though.
How do you ask without scaring the guy away? How I am ready to settle. So we've been in this thing. I'm not sure what it is. It's not defined. All of that. How am I going to ask? Unless we're mature, right? This is why.
So I tell you what I think.
Really? Yeah, if you have to ask.
If you have to ask, first of all, there's a problem, one. And two, any guy that would be scared of answering that question is you are not on the same level. Maybe you need to teach that and move on.
Hey.
I really think so. Why would you want to? Anyone who will run away because you're asking what are we doesn't deserve you. That's what I think.
Do I agree? That's what my silence is about. Do I agree? I think some people need nudging. I think some people need prodding. I mean, you didn't need it, but I think some people need to know that, oh, we've been on this level for too long. We've been on this mountain for too long. Can we move northward? Can we go up? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think you can nudge someone,
but for someone to be afraid because you've asked the question is a red flag for me.
Okay, so the question was, how do I ask it? How do I ask it?
Without scaring the person.
Without scaring the
exactly how you asked it. So what are we now? Yes, it's that. It's plain. I think the best thing is to be plain and to be clear and to be kind.
Okay.
Yeah, so are you kind? Is it clear? Is it not misunderstood? Just say it plainly.
Okay, how do we leave situationships without animosity? How do you just...
Like this? This is how you leave relationships without animosity.
And what? Really? Really?
Yeah, I think you just walk away from it. You don't agree? Yes, you just go.
No speech. No. No speech.
Speech for what?
You won't text. You won't write a long text. No WhatsApp. Read more. Read more. Read more.
Do you know
I
that
need read
at the
more.
time I was
I
dating,
can't do
when I was
certain
in
things
South
without
Africa,
read more. There has to be read more.
when I was in South Africa, I was dating someone. It was clear that, like I said, I was in my mind at that time. I wanted to settle, and I told her that I wanted to settle.
This is the story that they. Is this not the story
that they that they used to come for you? What to say?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so I said, and I told her that, you know, I wanted to settle. I wanted to get married. Let's get married. So that was my version of saying, you know, what are we doing? You know, let's define this. Let's take this to the next level. And she was like, well, and God bless her, she was kind enough to also be clear about her own goals and where she was at. And she said, oh no, she wanted to do graduate school. She wasn't ready to settle. She wanted to, you know.
Yeah, I remember that story.
And I'm like, okay, cool. All right.
You know, she asked me when we started dating.
That what?
She asked me, when did I told you?
Are you serious?
Yes.
She said what?
She was like, oh, hi. When did you guys start dating? I think she was trying to see if there was an overlap somewhere.
Overlap.
There was no overlap, Oshanumio. There was no overlap.
Overlap must be. If you're not ready, I must be. I said I was ready. Do you
understand what an overlap is?
No, what's an overlap?
There was no overlap. Meaning you were dating two people at the same time. No.
You see, when she told me that she wasn't ready to settle, get married, I didn't quite break off the relationship.
Okay.
I just, in my mind, I just moved on. I knew she was not. So I didn't say.
Well, no speech.
Yeah, no speech. I was like,
okay, I see you. I hear.
Peace out. You know, all right, I hear you. And next thing, I'm like, I got to go find someone I need to settle down with because I was ready to settle down. Yeah. Maybe I should have given a speech, right?
I mean, I'm all for speeches. I really like speeches. If I don't give a speech, it means I don't care. But if I'm typing you this, you that, why did you, I still care. There's still something in me. But if I finish and I put full stop, that's it. Like, yeah. So I'm big on speeches. Anyway.
Okay. So for me, the take home is be clear.
Right. What you want.
About what you want. Mm-hmm. Be kind. About delivering what you want and making those intentions clear. Right.
And if you are the recipient that is not ready.
And the last thing I'll say is be bold to take action towards where you want to be.
Okay.
So be clear, be kind, be bold.
Clear, be kind, be bold. And if you're the one who's receiving the what are we, I really think you should sit to ponder and ask yourself questions like, why am I not taking this further?
Answer the question.
No, like I'm saying, ask yourself, this person has asked, what are we? Why has this person asked what we are? Perhaps it's time to move forward. Mm-hmm. It should not be a I'm scared or an I'm scared kind of situation. This question is too much. It's too much. I can't deal with this question now.
Because guys usually deflect. They go like,
exactly.
What's the meaning of that?
You would know. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. I am hungry right now. I would like something to eat.
Can I take you out? Because I think we look great. This is like, I think we look great to go out. But come, let's do a proper outro and then we'll go get something to eat. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do the honors?
I think I've said it right. If you're being asked what are we, it's because the person is expecting more. It's because the person has invested and is ready to see that same level of commitment and investment as well, perhaps, right? So don't just run away like, please, this person has come to ask me what are we? No, I think it should be a case of, let me think about it. Can I get back to you tomorrow? Can we talk about it next week? Can you give me some time? I need to travel to clear my mind and I'll give you an honest response. I think that should be the mindset. And if you have to ask what are we, and you've been afraid to ask what are we, please take this as a nudge to actually ask the question so you don't waste your time. You cannot get time back. There's nothing you can do in life that would bring time back. Yeah, that's what I think. You're not listening.
It smells so good.
You're not, you're just somehow, please finish this thing. Thank you. Next week, I think we're talking about, what are we talking about again? I don't remember. Do you remember?
Doesn't matter.
Come next week and find out
Let's go.
what we're talking about.
Let's go get something to
Okay,
eat, baby.
dokes.
You know I love you, right?
Of course you love me.
All right.
Thank you.